Once you're a fight fan, or once you put a pair of gloves on, the blood will be in your blood forever. It's contagious, and we have fight fans that are just delighted to come to our banquets sometimes just to see in person Gene Fullmer, Carmen Basilio. My God, I saw him on TV, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, and they go crazy. But they're still interested in that, It's one of the. But for another thing too, boxing is a symbol of the human struggle to survive. And there's two guys going at it. We symbolize it because we live day to day trying to struggle, trying to survive, and the winner, of course, goes on, and that's what life's all about. We gotta strive to survive,
Okay, very good. And Adolfo?
Well, I've been involved in boxing since 1957, 56, 57, and I happen to own one of the oldest boxing magazines in Latin America, not just Mexico, United States, but Latin America since 1959, which Mando Rey knows the magazine, and he's been on the cover page for many, many times.
Which magazine was it?
Ring Mundial boxing.
Oh,
magazine.
okay.
And I happen to be the second owner. I bought it from the founder, which his last name was Perez also, but there's no relations whatsoever.
Okay.
And that's how I've been involved in boxing ever since the 57.
I see. And you also have a little background in wrestling too, don't you?
I'm also a professional wrestling promoter.
I see. With which organization?
My own is WWA, World Wrestling Association.
Okay.
Which is compared to WWF in the United States.
Right. Okay.
WWA is well known in Latin America and in Japan. That's where we get all the wrestlers.
Okay. Wow. Very good. And Bert?
Well, boxing to me has been something that I've been involved with since I was a little kid. I think I had my first pair of gloves in my backyard with my dad. He'd set up a little
ring.
Well, it wasn't actually a ring; it was just a barriers of sort, and we have to stay within those boundaries in our backyard. And I was probably around 8 or 9 years old, and I liked boxing, and so my dad always thought that one day I would be a boxer and maybe one day be a champion. But he would basically set up the ring and bring in all the kids from the neighborhood, and he'd pair us up with, and I always pick up the older guys because I was better than some of the other kids.
Right.
They would put me up against the 10 and the 12-year-old guys, and But anyway, that's basically it stayed in my blood, like Mando suggested.
Stayed in, yeah.
Once you put your pair of gloves and you're duking it out with somebody else, you actually, Mando will tell you that sport of boxing, if you never had a pair of boxing gloves on where you're fighting somebody else, it starts out when you first start, it may be funny or fun to be hitting each other, but once you get hit, you want to hit back. Yeah. And when you hit back, that's when you start to get the blood starts getting thicker, and then it started, getting red in the face, and then that's when the fighting starts. Okay, it's like somebody gets knocked down in the ring, gets mad, it comes back and knocks the other guy out, right? Got to get him. Yeah. But anyway, when we were kids, that's what we used to do. And, through the years, right, probably when I was 14, 15 years old, still fighting with the gloves, and a lot of where I was raised in the Coachella Valley, we were just basically going through the elementary school, high school, and the whole shot. But what was happening there was that there was a lot of farm laborers around and a lot of transient kids, and once in a while you hit a kid that was just as tough as you were, and you get slapped in the face a few times. But it was funny because as I got older, I carried that with me, and I went into the Army in 1955. I went into the Army, and in my first year overseas, one of the sergeants in our outfit was looking for members for the boxing team, and I didn't want to go out on maneuvers where it was very cold in Germany. Back in those days, it's still cold. But I decided that, hey, I want to get on the boxing team because, this guy looked at my record and he said, I quit. I had put boxing in, when you put out your thing. And he said, I want you to be on my boxing team. Well, I stayed on it. I didn't have to go out.
You boxed in the boxing team?
So I boxed a few rounds.
Very good.
But that's pretty nice. So it stayed with me. And then when I met Armando, 20 years ago?
Yeah, 20 years ago.
Long ago. Okay. It was something that that I remember seeing him fight at the Olympic, because I was over there on every Thursday night at the Olympic. I was always watching his fights, and that brought back a lot of memories, because I was just a fight fan, and never really, really got into it as far as professional, but I loved it.
you love it. It's in
I
your
loved
heart.
it. Yeah. So that was pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay, very good. How does one get involved with the World Boxing Hall of Fame? Let's say somebody's out there watching the show tonight and they say, I'd like to get into boxing. I want to be a part of that, making boxers live better, and maybe boxers who have lost their money, or a lot of times they say boxers get in, they make tons of money, and then they end up broke. How does a person out there that maybe wants to contribute get involved?
Get good prospect, maybe we get a champion, so we can support them.
Okay, okay.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah.
Okay, Mando, you go ahead. and
Well,
answer.
one of the main things, if they support the World Boxing Hall of Fame in its endeavors and our different programs, our golf tournament July 28th will be great. At our annual dinner, October the 13th at the Doubletree Hotel in Ontario. If you come out and take part in that, you in a sense are contributing to the Hall of Fame.
Who's going to be there? What kind of boxers are going to be there? Who's going to be inducted into the World Boxing Hall of Fame?
This year, we're very. We have a selection committee that did a great job this year in selecting the new inductees for 2007. We have Larry Holmes.
Okay.
World champion. You might remember him that he fought Ken Norton and
Ali,
Shavers. He fought all the
Great
top guys.
fighter.
A great fight.
Okay.
A great knockout guy.
Okay.
And also we have a gentleman from Mexico City by the name of Ricardo Finito Lopez.
Okay.
Strawweight champ, 105, a 105 pounder that bangs like a heavyweight. And then
One of the things I want to mention that he already retired, and this is only the second or third boxer ever that retired as a
Undefeated.
champion and undefeated.
undefeated.
Yeah.
Wow.
51 fights, no defeats, 1 draw.
And who else are you going to have there?
We're going to have another champion by the name of Efren Torres, also from Mexico.
Okay.
A great
Bantamweight, yes.
champ, a great fighter. He's going to be here. And also, we're bringing in another well-known fighter from Stockton, California, by the name of Alvaro Yaqui Lopez. He was a banger. He fought a lot of the top
All over the
contenders,
world,
light heavyweight champions.
fighter,
He fought them
yeah.
all. Good fighter.
Well,
And also,
he was born in Sonora, Mexico. To all the Mexican fans, he's from Sonora.
Okay,
And he was
okay.
he moved to up north Sacramento.
Okay.
Right,
Who else?
yeah.
Who else are you going to have?
and then we're going to have a gentleman by the name of Gerald McClellan.
Okay.
A welterweight champ, excuse me, a middleweight champion that was a terrific knockout puncher. He had like 29 knockouts, first round knockouts,
Okay.
in 52 fights or something like that. But anyway, he got injured in his last fight in England with a fighter by the name of Nigel Benn. And it was a real bad injury. He sustained some brain damage, and he never recovered from that after multiple surgeries. And last year, the World Boxing Hall of Fame recognized him, and we brought him in as a special guest. He was here.
good. Okay.
And this year, again, the selection committee did a wonderful job, and he got elected. He's going to be inducted this year.
And I understand, just to move a little along with some names, I understand you're going to bring close to 50 to 70 champions, fighters of the past.
Oh, yeah.
Just hit me with all those
Oh
names.
yeah,
Just run some names, all
Gene
of you.
Fulmer, Carmen Basilio.
You got Alexa Arguello, Olivares, Palomino,
Carlos Ortiz.
Danny Lopez, Carlos Ortiz,
Greg
Joe
Hogan,
Torres,
Boomo
John
Mancini,
Laporte. Oh, we got
Boza Edwards, yeah.
Ken Norton?
Ernie
Yeah.
Terrell.
Ernie
Who
Terrell.
else? Who else?
Eric
Mike
Terrell.
Weaver?
Mike Weaver, yeah.
Who else?
Lamont
Bobby
Brewster.
Chacon.
Bobby Chacon.
Alex
Lehman
Chacon,
Brewster.
yeah.
else? Who else
Jimmy
you got?
Ellis.
Jimmy Ellis. Oh yeah.
Jimmy,
Carlos
Loreto
Ortiz,
Garza from
Carlos
North.
Ortiz, okay.
Yes,
Any word of De La Hoya being there?
The chances of De La Hoya being there, De La Hoya has a standing invitation from the World Boxing Hall of Fame. He's
welcome to come.
He knows that he can come to our dinner anytime he wants, and he's got an invitation. However, his business and his travels sometimes prohibit him from being there, and he acknowledges the fact that we are here, and he's been our guest several times now. We've honored him several times with Fighter of the Year, and so I'm sure that